Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, guys. Episode 3 of the Neotokyo review. I'm just in the middle of a match at the moment. I thought I'd let you guys on in. But we're in this episode. If I die relatively soon, I'm going to be picking the support class to review that, as well as a few other features in the game, such as grenades, alternate firing modes, and hopefully some map variety. My personal favorite map, in case you're wondering, is a map called Tarmac. But 1 second. Okay, there we go. Now, as I was saying, the bullets in Neotokyo are interesting in the manner that they act very realistically, as projectiles rather than trigger, entity, and then damage to the other player. You'll see when I fire this bullet that it makes a hole, right? Well, if I find a thin surface of sorts, such as this door, right? Now, normally in a game, unless there's a specific code to signify it, it will hit the door and the entity will disappear, right? Now, because I'm using a heavy caliber weapon, it's going through this door, along this trajectory, and into the wall. Now, this is displayable with heavy weapons being able to go through multiple players and through glass and thin walls and surfaces. Penetration's a very big thing with this game when it comes to strategic thinking, laterally and combat-wise. One of the big things is if you get like a big weapon like a sniper rifle, um, the bullets will go through a thick object of lower density, like boxes like this. That becomes very useful when you have thermal vision and you can see players moving through the cracks of thin surfaces. And I personally never used it much, but I think it could be. It is a very interesting concept. I just don't think this particular game implements it in the best possible way. Um, but it in generally is has a lot of features that I think could be done a lot better and could make the game a monopoly on larger companies such as oh, sorry, not larger company, larger games such as COD, Battlefield, all the other stuff. However, the way it implements them is oh, team kill. But the way it implements them is not the most polished format. It feels like a game like COD was halfway or three-quarters way through production. They had all the models and everything, a few of the game mechanics, but they really didn't have time for bug testing per se. Now, before you argue that this is a mod, the original mod was based off of Half-Life 2 with all the models, most of the models actually, I believe, and most of the maps as they are now. This is the standalone version that was released. I'm not sure if it was months or years after the original mod when it started gaining traction. It just annoys me when you look at stuff like devs taking shortcuts in making their games. But I guess people get lazy sometimes. This particular map, called Oil Stain, which you see in the top right corner, is a particular fan favorite, I hear. A lot of people liked it back in the original mod. And you'll see there we just voted for a map. Sorry about that. But just like all source maps, it has a proper skybox and everything, and it's generally a relatively how do I put this? It variates the roles players can play. I'm gonna have one more round as assault, and then I'm gonna have one more round as recon, and then I'm gonna move to support. Now, if these videos start gaining traction at any point, I will continue this series with gameplay and any features I find out in the future. But for now, this is probably going to be the last video for the series, unless I find something awesome for you guys to look at. Okay, there should be right here for the killing of. There's one, and he's dead. I think there was one up the hallway. Okay. Night vision. Oh yeah, that's another feature. They do it pretty well, although it's a bit pixelated for my liking. It does work well. Great. When I say great, it is absolutely a lifesaver on darker maps and areas. Damn it. But the way they use night vision is you press V normally for the vision mode. Night vision is the vision for recon class. Support class has thermal for smoke grenades, and assault has thermal vision. So wait, no. Assault has movement vision, so if anything moves, you can literally see it moving. It lights up. But yeah. Assault gets the movement vision, and we get thermal. It actually looks kind of like the Predator mode, only a bit purplier. Purple there. We get more grenades than really any class. No fast movement per se, and certainly very buggy turning. But it is we're the tank of the class, and people like to think that the support class is easy to kill, and we're really the bitch class. But it's the hardest class to play, to be honest. This game is all about movement and maneuvering around the enemy. And one of the biggest features I've found with this is that the support um, uh, support has an amazing pistol when it comes to this game. It's like a magnum. Its bullet will go through walls, man. On, well, most maps. But it is pretty fucking badass. That's the ghost there. If you guys haven't seen the model yet, up close, it's basically your robot girlfriend. See, I was stuck there. One of the problems with the support class, and it's been well documented up to this point, is the model is glitchy when it comes to corners. It doesn't happen very often, but one does tend to get stuck up. But yeah, pretty much. So you'll see here is the remnants of your robot girlfriend in capture the flag form. Now most maps will have 2 extraction points, and this is for a good reason too. For this takes from games like Counter-Strike, where you'll have bottlenecks on a particular part of the map. Like say this half of this hallway is taken off by the enemy team, right? We can still get there if we make a pot run for it, which is unlikely, yeah, and even less likely on this corner here. But it still provides the chance that the player could potentially get it in without breaking the entire enemy team's roadblock. This is the shotgun. Not many people are fans of it, even though noobs use it. Yeah, smoke, the Kyla, or the Magnum I call it, and Super 7. I prefer the Super 3 to be honest. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use SWAT tactics. We're going to throw smoke in like no fucking tomorrow, and then we're going to shotgun our way in. Yeah, I've got no smoke. Oh shit. 2 guys against 3. Ah, he got me. I dislike playing support extremely. Um, Even more so than assault, I find. I don't know why I call it support over assault. Supposedly because they're supposed to support everyone else, but they can barely support themselves, to be honest. Um, Otherwise, they're all-round heavy-ended class. Their integrity is worth 2.5 points of the integrity of a recon class from memory. So they're a lot harder to kill. You have to take out 250 integrity points if you want to kill one. which is some pretty decent rounds, heavy caliber weapons. Um, okay, we got one there. Oh, and the thief wins. Okay, so yeah, this is the support class in the shell. Doesn't get much. Um, its weapons at the very highest tier are amazing, provided you can actually get enough kills to get there. But one of the particularly interesting features I found is if it takes 20 kills to get to the final tier of weapons, and I find if you get all of the kills required from the recon class, which is much easier to play, and then you play final tier on support class, then you can still use the final tier weapons on support class, obviously, which makes for an interesting niche. I don't have much experience with games like Counter-Strike, only from what I hear from my friends, but supposedly you can't do anything similar like that. I could be wrong though. Okay, where are the enemies? There's two enemies, yeah. Okay, restart. Bit of glitch there. This game does have a few bugs. No, but if you're looking out to start around, yeah, use the SRM. SRM are badass at digging out stuff. I like to call them the P90 as said, but that's just the way they look, I guess. They have a high rate of fire, the highest rate of damage if you, well, highest rate of damage versus aim in the first two tiers for most classes. I think the only exception to that is Assault class because they have the suppressed Z9, but that's a whole nother game. Okay. Guard the ghost guys. Oh, yeah, I got him. Dead. Oh yeah, we're gonna switch to Assault the next game. Oh, this next round. Um, it is interesting though, actually. If you go around each map and you look for each map, there is two collectibles, similar to the hidden, which I hope to do one day, and I'm trying to think, what's the other one? Halo. I think Halo has collectibles in the maps. One of them's like a little Japanese sort of cat doll, and the other is an Xbox, but I could be wrong. I think there's the teddy bear doll and something else, so I'd have to go looking on the forums again, or looking in the maps. But if you look in every map, everywhere, every single map, like I think there's 30 maps in total. That's 30 teddy bears. And you gotta find all of them to get the Steam achievement from memory. And shoot all of them in the head or the chest. It's a secret achievement. Yeah, feel free to post below if you actually do have that achievement. I'd love to ask about some locations. I think I've got like 7 maps to go for locations from uh, just my personal tab I keep on stuff like that. But yeah, let's look at what these guys are doing. We got Bill, and oh, we got our guy here. Which one's this? Where is he? Oh, the enemy has the ghost. He's not doing anything. He doesn't shoot. He certainly doesn't score. And he's just realized he's never going to catch up because A, he's a recon. You know, no, is he? He's an assault. He might catch up. He might catch up. Where is he? Oh, he killed one. There he is. He might have a heap of ammo left. Oh, he's moving because you can see him coming. Close chase. Okay, okay. He's throwing nades. And he's dead. Woo for NSF. Okay, let's try assault this time. I got an idea. But this map, as you saw, is subterranean. 2 levels. The map Pisali, as you can see in the top corner. Change class, assault, I'll pick the one on the right. Just because of aesthetics. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys where, but this map links into another map. There's a subterranean area that looks like the entrance to another subterranean map. All I'm going to say is it looks like a subway. It's going to be for you guys to find out when you play the game, when and if. That's part of the lore. All the maps, as I said in the previous episode, have a linear sequence if you play. Oh, there's no campaign, but supposedly it was meant to be. And you can put the story together if you want. But from what I found, it's pretty decent. Not in terms of story like lore. It's in depth. It's not weak story or characters. Then again, there's a lot of fan fiction on the forums. So let's go with the Z9 suppressed. I think that's a Z. You guys might correct me. I know a 2 or an S as well. Okay. Well, that was interesting. Great match, guys. High five. And we lost. Sorry about that. I've always wondered in these games. It's Tokyo, yeah. But every map, or most maps, tend to have a thing where they have random vehicles lying around. Now, I don't know if this is like a chop shop bust operation in most maps, but it just, car parks aside, you can find motorbikes and all sorts of random vehicle props everywhere. I know in one map there is a motorbike in the toilet stall. You guys can find that Easter egg for yourself. See, all the cars are here, that's fine, even though they're a bit copious for my liking. They're a bit Groot cover. Groot cover. No, yeah. You got me. But as you will see in a second, uh, bikes. Wait. Bikes. Where are they? No bikes here actually. Uh, this is part of the subterranean area for another map. Well, one of them. Where are the other bikes? Bikes. See, here, this annoys me. There's no reason for the bikes to be there. It's an alleyway. And generally, even in Eastern cultures, to my very limited knowledge, one does not stick bikes in an alleyway. That's usually for dumpsters and petty criminals. Which is why we're here, I guess. Okay, let's move. Let's move. This is Taco Team. Okay. Frag it. And I'm dead. Hey, next round I'm going to go recon. I'm a lot faster when I'm in recon mode. Okay. Here we go. Z9, baby. My favorite gun. His name's one is Adelga. Okay, sorry about that. There we go. Okay, Windows Center. No, the textures in terms of display aren't that bad overall. One down. Two down. Yeah, two down. 2 out of 3. I killed. That was a good round. But debt charge, right? I'll show you this next round. This is a good tool if you want to set up traps. Okay, potentially tarmac. I want tarmac. Potentially say the enemy gets the ghost, right? And I'm the last one left, and I have like 5 integrity. So what one does is one takes the debt charge, beepity beep beep beep, beeper, places it there, and when the time comes, bada boom. Great, isn't it? Well, the problem is usually by the time you see the enemy's sign that they're there, and you set off the charge, they're already gone, or outside of the range. Damn, I'm dead. That's not good. Anyway, the problem is the lag between when one presses the debt charge detonator and the debt charge goes off. The range is too small. The mass physically doesn't fit. It's like a 1 in 3 chance you hit the enemy with the shrapnel. And I guess it's realistic in a sense, but it's annoying. When you set off a detonation charge, you generally want it to blow up your enemy. Unless you're one of those team killing fags, in which case you should probably get off this channel. Anyway. Okay. $5 says I'm gonna die in the next 35 seconds. Oh, I'm lucky. One down. And I'm dead. Was that 45 seconds? I wasn't counting, I'm sorry. But, you guys have seen the support class. Seen a few bits here and here. Last thing I'm going to show you is alt.fire, although I don't personally know how to use it. Essentially, alt.fire is alternate 5 for certain weapons, such as the heavy shotgun, which the support class uses. And, basically what it does is it adds a more ammo intensive version of the gun's firing mode. So for instance, the heavy shotgun will fly slug rounds, which will go through like 3 or 4 walls on a good day, and through 3 or 4 enemies on an even better day, and deal immense amounts of damage. I'm talking like kill shots if you're firing at the leg. I know one of the other secret functions is if you get 75 integrity points, honor, whatever you want to call it, 75 of the XP points, right? You'll unlock a plasma katana. Now, it's not a katana made of plasma, to clarify. It's a katana that has the cutting edge of it covered in plasma, like a gel, like a massage gel. I've only ever gotten it once, mind you, but it is boss, man. Yo, back up, homie. Oh shit, I'm dead. See, the difference between grenades and debt charges in effectiveness is astounding. That's why recons are often felled by assaults with the maneuverability to get out of the way of the heavier fire. But the ability to throw nades, frag nades particularly, like no tomorrow. And it's a big difference in play styles. You have recon players like myself, and then you have assault players who are really the how do I say it? Younger players who are still learning their own play style. Most people generally prefer to play recon, but you find the newer players start off with support, right? Or if they're playing support, they're really know how to play the game really well. Because support, to put an analogy in it, the recon is the least armored class, but they are the best in combat with more than a weasel firing at you with a pea shooter. Whereas the assault support class, sorry, support, not assault. The support class is going to give you a lot more armor and firepower, but no shields and no maneuverability. And basically, all you do is stick out like a big sore thumb outside of cover, because you need something short of a packing crate to cover you, man. Really, that just gets you killed in the end. But that's my opinion. You might like the sport class rendered if you play. Of course, after a few more weeks of playing, you might entirely hate it, like myself. Thank you for watching Centurion Gaming, and have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.